We are here on campus in North Gadsden at Gaston High School with head football coach Alan Beckett. Alan Beckett's a good friend and always has been of Average Joe's. He's been on our show several times, but now at a new location, Coach. First of all, you took this job at about 2 to 3 weeks before the season. I don't know the exact time frame, but it's in that ballpark. And how did that all come about? How did that transpire? Because you were at Faulkner and was working with Faulkner. And then, I don't know if you got the call, you put in a call, but how did it all transpire that led you to be the head coach here at Gaston?
Well, I got a call, and they said they had a need, and took a minute to think about it, and came here and visited. And I'll be honest with you, didn't expect to take the job, but was really impressed, Miss George and Mr. Hant. I thought they had a lot to say and their vision, and I'm going to tell you, it starts with players and coaches win games, administration wins championships.
Yeah.
And to say what they had to say. And I know sometimes when all said and done, more said than done, but they definitely said the right things. And it was really a good fit for my family. Dr. Cosby had called me, and I like what he had to say and what he represents, and obviously longtime official. Y'all do a good job of spotlighting officials. That is a really good thing.
Appreciate that.
Officials are here to police a game, and I'm not saying every time, some of them have thrown me out of baseball games, and I've had to sit on railroad tracks. So but they're there to police the game and officiate the game, and we try to make them our friend, and we bring Jason Hayes in, and he comes in and talks to us, and we try to learn all the rules there are. But back to the Gaston, it just seemed like a really good fit. Now, came in with a mighty late. That is really late, and we were going in the game, and I'm still going. Now tell me your name one more time. I mean, that is late. That is late. Never been in that kind of situation. But
did you have tape on the back of their helmet?
I was putting tape. We did tape like spring training. The whole
up until kickoff.
Oh, that was during the game. And I was, come over here 50. No, but I was just then learning their names. That is a fact. But I really like these kids. Sometimes you just kind of go, you find something else to say positive. I enjoy coming to work with these kids on the daily, and so it's a good place. It's a hidden gem. We gotta spotlight it, and that's kind of our job.
Now, you took this job on a wham, like you said, super late in the game. It was bottom of the ninth. Took this job, actually.
2 out in the ninth.
Two
strikes.
2 strikes, two outs in the ninth when you took this job. And then they had, on top of that, they had several kids leave right before you took the job, which always hurts a program, no matter how good your program is. But you took it, no excuses, come out and win first week versus Asbury, which was a huge shot in the arm for the community here, for the kids that have been working their butts off, for you and Coach Harris before you. But to get that win, what did that feel like?
Oh, that was good. It was a lot of fun, and it was just we're just player developing and loving on them and trying to work them hard and teaching them a game. A lot of it we're doing a lot of teaching, but it was a fun night. That was for sure. And these kids need some success. So luckily, I've been in this situation a couple times. I've never inherited a program where I was born on third base. We came into something that's been definite turnaround. So I did get a little experience, maybe too much experience, but I knew how to handle this kind of situation as far as building from the ground up and starting to put pieces back together after kind of a bomb had taken place. But now, to Gaston's credit, I thought Coach Harris had done a lot of good things to put the pieces in place to start to just some things have changed. The whole landscape of high school football has changed from where it did at the time. So I think we just need to adjust going forward, build off some of the things that he had done, and start enjoying the party.
Yeah, but Coach Harris had done a good job out here, kids worked out hard. I know that. And you guys have renovated, have new lockers now, and it's definitely swinging in the positive upswing. Is what I like to say. You did have 2 tough losses back to back, but now you had an off week, and that came at a perfect time because now you're going to play a county rivalry in West End. And Coach Sewell and that bunch is always coached up well, tough physical team. What have you seen from those guys on field?
Oh, they look really good. Derek does a really good job, and at their style of wing tee, they're really good. And he's turned that program into where they're very competitive on the weekly, and put them in a really good place. So I think he's done just a masterful job, and they'll obviously rivalry game, and they'll get better. Our whole deal though right now is we're competing with us, and we're trying to win games within games and goal charts and fundamentals, and we feel like we won the kicking game here of late, and we're starting to get win quarters. Now you got to string that together. 1 out of 4 quarters is not going to be enough to win it. Well, you got to string multiple quarters together. And we're playing part to whole in so many ways. Limit prolific plays. We got to extend prolific plays. We're definitely not getting enough, and so defense, we're starting to get some stops. We're just offense putting us on the field way too much, and so got to pound out some first downs. Got to win the giveaway, takeaway. Got to continue win the kicking game. So we're playing games within the games and trying to develop a lot of players. We're gonna play a lot of players.
What is your immediate goal for Gaston as the new head coach here? I know obviously getting that locker room put in. I know you've also talked about the community support you've got. You and I have talked off camera about this, about you hadn't wanted anything. Anything you've asked for, they've gotten, whether it be shirts, whether it be hoodies, pretty much anything. But what some of the goals do you have here?
Well, and first off, our immediate goal on the field is we want to, we're doing a lot of competition, just a lot and learning to compete, learning how to win, because obviously the wins hadn't been there, and trying to find a way where we compete on the daily. I mean, in so many ways, one-on-one drills and mat drills and one-on-one on the boards and, one-on-one receivers and DBs, and just so many competitions and some drills where we compete. Just compete in every day and learn how to win, and learn that it's important to try to win. We've got what's going on right now is we've got a mental coach in here, and we brought one in, Richard Kohler, and he's worked with UAB, and he works with Troy currently, and he works with Westbrook and Steve Smith and Prattville and all these different schools, and he does a good one. Just our mental approach, just on the daily, our verbiage, how we see things, how we work together, things that we can, when adversity hit, always going to hit. The adversity's going to hit. And when it hits, we want to know how to handle it and to proceed forward. And, and we've had, some spiritual coaches have done a really good job with just who we were as people, and they've done a really good job. So those are some of the immediate goals, and just how to be able to block and tackle, and rather than go straight in and try to put in a million plays. We haven't done that. We've just been very basic and start to get something we can hang our hat on, and just kind of putting them piece by piece, and that that takes a minute. But sometimes if you go into offensive of the week and the defense of the week, and then you change it, everybody's lost. We want to. Our goal is to get a little bit better week by week. Now, long-term goals would come in, and we're trying to. Kids are extrinsically motivated. They are motivated by stuff, and my kids at home, they like nice stuff, and so our long-term goal is to start to upgrade facilities and upgrade look good, feel good, and so we want to upgrade top to bottom the product we put on the as far as for fans and players to be a part of, because rightly or wrongly, the stadium and the gym, that's front porch of the school. That's what people see. There's a lot more people going there than English classroom or math classroom. So we feel like it benefits the school as a whole. So we want to put a good product out there.
Gotcha. Well, Coach, this is going to be the first edition of Keeping Up with Gaston Athletics. We're going to bring volleyball in and talk with them. And just before we shut this video down, just final thoughts on everything. The program this far could be the game coming up, just in general.
Well, we're just excited. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be a part of these kids. And, again, hidden gym. And man, we'll look forward to this. Look forward to the journey, you know. And and I understand it, you know. This is definitely coming into this a little bit. There wasn't a long line to get in the door to take this on. It's tough for the kids to come in when things hadn't gone perfectly. So, man, I'm excited about the journey and see what we can do. Not saying it'll be easy. It won't be easy at all. But I have enjoyed being a part of Keller and Trustin and Luke and Nate and Easton and on and on and on. Man, these and Cody. These have been good kids. Let's see what happens.
Gotcha. Coach, thank you so much. We'll be right back with the volleyball. All right, we are back here at Gadsden with two gentlemen from the football team. I'm going to let these gentlemen introduce themselves at this time.
I'm Luke Hollingsworth. I'm O-line and D-line. I'm a senior.
Trustin Ranger, I'm a running back and a cornerback. I'm a senior.
Guys, Coach Beckett took this job real late in the summer. You know, Coach Harris left, and then Coach Beckett come in literally weeks before the season started. What's that been like since Coach Beckett's been here?
Well, when Coach Harris left, some people jumped ship, and a lot of people were starting to feel like we wouldn't have a season. I mean, then we got Coach Beckett, but we're blessed to have him. We're so thankful that he jumped in this late, and ever since he's been here, it's all been uphill.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's changed. It's like a big change in everything, getting used to it and everything. And like you said, a lot of people want to jump ship and everything, and we're having to get used to that and put people in new positions and everything. And it's been a change, but it's been a good change.
For you guys that stayed here, and you know, and I talked to Coach Harris after he left, and I talked to Coach Beckett. I'm friends with him. For you guys, they both said positive things about you. You know, as a group of guys. For you guys that stayed here and stuck it out and had this season, how much more special has it been for you knowing that it's almost taken away from you?
It's a blessing. Like I was scared we wasn't even going to get to play, and when we got the new coach, it was a rekindled spirit. And
Gotcha.
I feel like I can say the same for many of the people that stayed with us.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was a big scare, and we didn't know who was going to stay and who was going to leave and everything. And we had teammates reaching out to each other, telling us, you know, trying to motivate us to make us stay and everything. Not make us stay, but encourage us to, you know, to keep fighting through every adversity. And a lot of people left, but the ones that, you know, were willing, they stayed and everything. And we pulled through.
And you guys went out and got a double-digit victory that first week over Asbury. What was that like?
It was a great time. We went out there. We just wanted to have fun, play a great sport of football, and went out there and we came out on top.
That's right.
I mean, that was a good experience right there. Like, a lot of people didn't think we were going to win that. They thought we were going to lose since we lost. We lost like a lot of players and everything. Yeah. A lot of people doubted us, and we pulled through. We won, and then after the game, more people wanted to play too. So they were motivated by how we pulled through.
That's good. Yeah, they seen what you guys did on the field. Want to be a part of it. Next question is, you know, you guys did have a couple of losses there afterwards, but you had an off week to recruit. Now you're playing an inter-county rivalry, West End up here up the road on the other side of the county. But what's it like now? You got a win, you got a couple of losses, you had a week off to recruit and reflect back. What's that been like?
We had the two losses, then we had the off week to reflect on ourselves, and when we figured out we struggle with adversity, and that's one of the things we're starting to overcome is adversity.
Ain't no doubt. Same question.
I mean, I feel like that bye weekend that we had, it was real good for us. Like, get our head in the game and everything. You know, getting our fundamentals right and everything, and that really helped.
What did you guys see on West End film? I mean, you guys probably broke down film with them, I'm sure. What did you guys see? They run that wing tee, I know that.
They do run the wing tee, and they've got a good sized line. One of the better ones I've seen that they've had in recent years. But I'm confident. I feel we got a good shot at winning.
Yeah, no doubt.
I feel like we're gonna do good, and that game to me is personal, and I'm ready. I'm excited for it.
You ready to go?
Oh yeah, I'm ready to go.
I like it. Before I let you guys go and do volleyball, what's the community been like? Because Coach told me that the community's been on fire for you guys.
Community has been very supportive, even when Coach Harris left. The community stayed with us and tried to keep as many people in our programs as possible. And Coach Beckett came and he added fuel to the fire. The community's been more active. They've been helping us out around campus, and even on Friday nights with volunteer work like chain gang and concession stands.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, and ever since he's been here and everything, he's a big fan of all the sports, and he's not, even though he's a football coach, he wants to support every sport: volleyball, softball, basketball, all
That's
that.
good.
And they come and support us on our games, so we go to support them in their games. So
I love it.
the community, the support it's been there. It's been good.
That's good, man. That's how you do it, man. You do it as a village. You support each other, and you can see some crazy things happen when you got a whole village pulling for one common goal, which is to be good as a school, as a program, as a community. So, guys, I appreciate you sitting in with us in this edition of Keeping Up with Gaston Athletics, and we'll be right back. Welcome back in to another edition of Keeping Up with Gaston Athletics. We are here with two members of the volleyball team, and we have a coach and a player, although she looks young enough to be a player. Coach, introduce yourself and who you have with you today.
My name is Destiny Taylor, and then this is Miley Harper.
Coach, we had media days with you guys, and we've had media days with you 2 years now. You talked about when you took over here some of the adversities and things you have struggled with, and you and I just talked off camera. You've already got more wins this season than you did last season.
Mm-hmm.
How's everything been going since media days we had with you leading up to this season to now?
I think we've started off a lot stronger. Like, we're not even halfway through the season, and we have more wins than we did last year, and we are going into more games. Like, we play more matches. Like, instead of just playing a 3 out of 5 and being done after 3, like, we're pushing it to 5. Instead of playing 2 out of 3 and being done at 2, we're pushing it to 2 out of 3. So we're making these teams, we're being more competitive.
Absolutely.
And that was our main goal. I think the girls are coming together more. We're pushing forward. We're not just going in and being like, oh, this is a loss today.
Handing it to them.
That's been our biggest thing, that we're not just going to go in and hand things to people. Like, if they're going to beat us, it's going to be because they worked harder. They, got.
Hey, they got to beat you.
Yeah.
No more laying down.
Yes, exactly.
Now, that kind of thing, those type of things don't happen without a lot of hard work. So how has the summer been? Summer you get a lot better in the summer, obviously, and then over into the fall. How's training and everything been for you?
This summer it was it was definitely harder this summer because we had a bunch of not newer coaches, but like we put a lot more effort into working out this summer, 3 days a week. We were going at it like harder than we have ever before, and it was definitely harder like mentally because you were pushing yourself a lot more because here we're working physically and mentally. We're pushing ourselves both ways, and a lot of the running wasn't my best part, but I got through it, and I think it helped us in the long run, helped everybody in the long run.
What was Coach's message to you guys coming into this season? She'd been here and established what she wanted and her vision for the team. And how has that transpired into reality for you guys?
I feel like last year we were very give up-ish. Like we didn't finish out sets, and we kind of just handed it to them in the end. And I feel like this season we've been putting more effort in, and we have that mindset of if we give up, we lose. And so I feel like if we keep pushing, we could get more wins. And I feel like if we push these girls to the hardest they can go, I feel like there's way more chance that we can get more wins. And it's just a lot of
the proof's in the pudding if you already outdid your win total from last year. Coach, Etowah County's all of Northeast Alabama, but especially Etowah County's no different, has gotten a whole lot better at volleyball. I'm talking about top to bottom. You within 50 miles of this place, there is some really, really good volleyball playing.
Mm-hmm.
Not just from a couple of schools, from multiple schools, it's changed because it wasn't always like that. In your eyes as a coach and having to compete against all these teams and being one of them yourself, how much has it changed over the years, volleyball in this part of the state?
I think one of the biggest things is we've had a lot of, and I talked to you about this in media day, I think the past 2 years, but I think it's true about every school around here. Like, we're having coaches that come and they stay and we're being consistent. And I think it says a lot, like when you have a coach, even from last year to this year, like I've been here 2 years, other coaches have been here 2 years, like consistency. And I can see that, like, just not in Etowah County, but everywhere. Like, I'm not having to email coaches and then being like, hey, it's not me, you need to email this person. You know, like, we're staying, yeah. So I think that is, like, the biggest thing, and that's the biggest thing for us is just consistency and staying with it, and girls, you know, playing junior high through varsity and coaches sticking around, and I think that's a big part of it. And I mean, we know they're getting better. We're having to play the teams. Our area is no joke.
You know, you guys have gotten better too.
Yeah, I just like it was with coaches. We have a problem kind of keeping them. Like, it's not that, but like it's like they leave sometimes, and like you just like, so there's different coaching styles. And so, like, our last coach was different than her, but I think we've improved way more from the last one. So I think we just got to improve and keep on improving.
Let's talk about this community out here. One thing I like about Gadsden, and Coach Beckett and I are friends, been friends for years, away from him taking this job, but he was blown away by the support and the community out here. He didn't understand it because he'd never seen it from the inside. He said, like, you know, anything we ask for, they do. You know, they do more than we ask. Like, if I ask for 10 cases of water, he said, I'll show up, 20 will be there. Things like that.
Oh, yeah, we know about the cases of water.
Yeah.
My office is full.
He's never seen anything like that. So it was shocking to him. So, I mean, from you guys' standpoint, from a volleyball standpoint, how awesome is that to have that community support?
Go ahead, Mark.
It's nice, like, cause like seeing people show up to games and like having your back and supporting you. It's a lot. It's like you have your like support, and like support is just something we need. It like helps us win, the cheering, and like the boys, Coach Beckett, he's like, if y'all can go to a game, go to a game. And like yesterday, we showed up to a JV game or junior high game for football.
That's
and
awesome.
Yeah, so like it's just as athletics, you gotta show up for one another. Like if you're performing to perform for the stands and you're performing for yourselves, let other people see you. And like this community, because we're so not small, but like we're so tight knit, it's a lot easier to like have that stuff behind you and like be like, I'm supporting these guys and they're supporting me.
I like it. Coach, same thing.
Yeah,
from a coaching standpoint.
Yeah, and I think just kids showing up. I mean, volleyball, we're going on the same time as football is, so we know we're not the one drawing the, you know, huge crowd, but to see the kids even show up, and then like even on my way down here, I was walking down here and they're yelling at me and they're like, hey, what time do they play? What time do they play? So, like, them wanting to come and wanting to show up is, you know, and they're not just sitting in the stands not paying attention. Like, they're standing up. Like, some of these people.
Like students and stuff.
They're learning more about volleyball than I think even, you know, some of
our knowledge.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, you just have that student section behind you.
Coach, here's something that, you know, Courtney Brothers, I'm sure you know Courtney. Her and I talked about a vision that I had about 3 years ago at Average Joe's. Is football obviously owns Friday night. That's never probably going to change.
No.
But there's no reason volleyball can't own Monday through Thursday, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Whatever that has to be. And we've taken small steps like having media days, doing shows like this, featuring athletes that are. But that's an ultimate goal for Average Joe's, to where volleyball gets bigger each year. What is your thoughts on that? Like, it's grown to this point, yeah, but I think we could do so much more. What do you think?
I think so too. I think it has gotten so much better, even from last year to this year for me. Just even the support just here and going to tournaments and stuff and seeing the amount of people that are showing up and their interest in volleyball. I think another thing that volleyball that we not struggle against, but something we have to work with that I think people don't realize, especially being in a small school. Like, my girls are not just playing volleyball. Mm-hmm. Like, they're in the band, they're on dance line, they're varsity cheerleaders, they're
wearing many different hats.
Yeah, and so it's not we're just playing volleyball like on Friday nights they're at the football games because they're in their other activities.
That's right.
And sharing time for practice. Like, I think that's something that really no other sport has to really deal with except for girls volleyball.
We do it very well though, because like we got the girls that are still showing up to practice. They're not just ditching to go practice band or practice cheer. So like we still have that tight knit team that we're making it work. We're getting them to practice an hour and then they can go, and like we're still making it work. But like it's definitely hard being so small and not that many people.
Yeah, because we covered all over the state. So like Mountain Brook, some of those girls only played ball, then they played travel ball, then they had personal trainers per girl. So you're that's a little bit disadvantage.
No, I wouldn't even say a disadvantage because I think it's great that they're involved in so many things. I just feel like people sometimes don't see that side of it and don't realize we're not practicing on Friday afternoons because my girls are getting on the bus to go to the football game.
That's right.
Or we're not, we practice Wednesdays during athletics because
they have cheer practice.
They have cheer practice and then church and all these things that they're involved in. So we're working. Football does have Friday nights, but they're we're working and getting our practice in when we can and still doing the work. It's just I think people even here didn't see that until we started. And
they're gonna see this video and they're gonna know.
It's like with sports and like it's like with me I do all three. So like I'm going back to back to back, and I get maybe a week off every season. And so then I did travel ball over summer, and then I do like the workouts and stuff like that. So like it's definitely a toll on you, but if you love the sport, you're going to play it.
And it'll make you a better person in the long run, because when you get to be our age and you're at home and your husband's sick, the kids are sick, the bills still have to be paid, you'll be like, well, I'm used to this work.
You take care of all the sick
I've got to go do all this and still got to go to work. So that's going to help you in the long run. Coach, a couple more questions before we shut it down, and we'll let you guys get back to what you were doing. This season right here, what are some of the immediate goals you have for this team?
My immediate goal, and I've told all of them this, is I want to win 10. We want to win 10 games. And to some people, you play a ton of games in volleyball, but something that I think we're all having to overcome just as Gaston Athletics is getting over this hump of the coaches that we have are here to stay. We're here to put in the work. That the athletes are here, like she said, 3 days every summer, and sometimes it was more than 3 days if we were going and playing on certain days and doing things like that. So my goal is I want them to win double digits, and because we can. Molly knows we can. Everyone knows we can, but we've got to get over this hump and they're not satisfied with losing. Like after the games, that's something I've seen is it's changing.
Yeah, that's good.
A lot of frustration.
Yes, but it's good. You should be frustrated after a win. You shouldn't just be satisfied with that. So, and then we have one senior this year, so we're coming back pretty much.
Whole team, basically.
Whole team, and
probably a few others. It's younger.
Yeah. We have some JV girls that are going to really help us next year, that they've got to play a lot this year and work on things and try new positions that we're going to need to fill next year. But I think them winning those games and just coming together and building that team camaraderie, because I think Miley knows, I had two Miley, so I call her Harper by her last name, but she knows, sometimes I'll be like, guys, y'all are just 6 people who showed up with the same shirt on today. We're not being a team.
Yeah.
We got to get together. So usually after that, we come together, they come together. They're very good about being self-aware and knowing when they're like, yep, that was mine, my bad. And so that's been a big improvement. But them coming together as a team, which I think we've really, really, really worked on this year, and they have worked on it. And then just continue to win more than we did the last year.
Gotcha. No doubt.
I think a personal goal of mine is I'm really a sore loser, and I hate to say it, but I am. And I've been trying to work on it, but I have a really bad problem of thinking too high of something I can't reach, and I'm just I want to perform perfection, which perfection isn't reachable. And so trying to perform and be this great team, I can't just do that for myself. I have to do it for the team. So I can't just put all my work into me. I have to like also help the team. So like I've been going over to junior high and I've been helping them serve, and like I've been JV, and like we as like a team together, we're really working on performing and finishing. Finishing is like a problem that I have, and just my problem. It also affects the team. And so if we finish together, we'll win. And if we don't, we just got to work on it.
I like the mindset here because you guys are taking it one brick at a time, one step at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the win totals already surpassed, and it's definitely something's paying off. And as you said, one of the problems I think in the past has been coaches coming and going and can't never get no continuity. But now that you got them all in place and multiple sports, actually, I think things is turning around here. So, but we're going to be back here each and every week. So we're going to shut this episode down of Keeping Up with Gaston Athletics. I want to thank you guys for jumping on board with us so much, and we'll be back here next week with another edition.